Financial planning is a skill that everyone should have. Setting investment goals may appear simple, but actually carrying them out can be difficult. Many of us stumble because we don't know where to begin or what the best path is. It all starts with understanding what is truly important in your goals. Do you want to know what happens next? Before you start investing, stick with one and figure out what is important to you. It's critical to understand your objectives. For example, do you want to buy a house within the next year, pay off your student loans, save for retirement, or something else? If so, focus on saving money for that before investing. Identify your financial goals and whether investing aligns with them or not. Use the acronym SMART to set your goals. Goals should be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-based in order to group your goals based on how long they will take to achieve. Once you've identified your objectives, you'll know how long each goal will take after using the SMART method. You should now divide your goals into 3 categories: short-term, medium-term, and long-term. Short-term goals should take no more than a year to complete. Most of these objectives can be accomplished with little to no money. Learning a new skill, getting a new job, starting a new business, saving for a down payment on a house, or changing careers are all examples of medium-term goals. These goals, unlike short-term goals, take longer to complete and require a significant amount of money. Long-term objectives are the final category. This is what many people think of when we talk about investments. Most of us would normally consider retirement savings for a child's college fund, or becoming our own boss. Long-term goals typically take years to achieve. But with the right saving strategy, getting to the finish line is a piece of cake. 3. Select investments that are in line with your objectives. Now you must choose the best investment strategy for your short-term goals, such as high-yielding savings accounts or money market funds. You won't make much extra money in these accounts because the interest rates aren't usually that high. But you'll have your money whenever you need it. These accounts have very low investment risks, making them ideal for goals that can be completed in a year or less. You could also put your money in a savings account, but keep in mind that it will not grow when investing in goals that could take 5 years or more. So, medium-term objectives. Depending on your overall risk tolerance, you should consider taking more risks. If you want to improve your returns, you could allocate a small portion of your portfolio to a high-quality stock via an exchange-traded fund, or ETF. Normally, this would be best for those with a high risk tolerance, because the high-quality stock can lose value at times. If you don't have much to lose, consider money market funds or high-yield savings accounts. Because of the nature of long-term goals, such as retirement, a different plan is required. They usually give you plenty of time to make up for any losses you've suffered over the years. This is the primary reason you should invest in stocks. Investing in stocks is as simple as it sounds. You could use an online broker to complete the task. I would advise you to diversify your investments so that you do not lose everything. If one investment fails, you can invest in a basket of stocks through mutual funds or ETF. Proceed with caution, as you may end up paying fees that are excessive for the investment. Using target date funds is an easier way to accomplish this. This is a great fit for retirement investments or saving for your child's college fund. Typically, the year that the goal is expected to be attained is written on the labels for these funds. And those funds are then invested with that time horizon in mind. As a result, before making any investment, consider how much risk you'll be taking as well as the bills you'll have to pay. You wouldn't want to keep a high risk at bay when you still have children to take care of house bills, meals, and repairs. The best way to reduce your risks is to risk no more than 4% or 5% of your total portfolio. That means that if you risk 4% of a $100,000 portfolio, you can only lose $25,000 on each investment. 5. Mix it up and create a diverse portfolio. We've all heard the saying, never put all your eggs in one basket. While investing in certain areas can sometimes yield very promising results, it's never a good idea to put all of your eggs in one basket, regardless of the outstanding results you're expecting. Sometimes things don't go as planned. So the trick is to invest in a diversified portfolio, putting your money in different areas, so that if one fails, another can take its place. The economy, interest rates, politics, wars, and even weather can all have an impact on an investment. Making a well-diversified investment portfolio is one of the best ways. To protect against market ups and downs. Setting up an investment workflow and developing a plan of action is one of the most effective ways to succeed in investing. Workflow is another term for it. This describes your saving and investing process. The workflow will be more difficult to implement if you don't have clear goals and objectives. Before you get to this stage, you should know what matters to you and have already prioritized your goals based on their completion dates. Everyone has unique circumstances, such as different retirement needs, family arrangements, and cost of living, which is an important lesson to learn. You'll need to assess your individual circumstances using a variety of pieces of information based on the discussion of investing workflow before deciding what will work best for you. A flexible and adaptable plan is one that can be changed completely or at a significant expense. The number 7 determines how much you will invest. We sometimes start working blindly without first assessing how much we'll need to invest in what we're doing. I understand that it's easier to do it without considering the price to avoid stress. But knowing the exact amount to invest should always be the first priority. You can calculate how much you need to save each year to meet your financial goals for retirement by determining when you'll need the money. Typically, the response is as much as possible. For more specific goals, such as education planning, you can reverse engineer the amount you have to save, whether you start saving at the birth of a child or another year later. It really doesn't matter when you start saving, but the point is that if you know how much to invest in the time you have available, you will be one step ahead. Now that you've done all of that and started investing, you'll need to make sure that you check your investment goals on a regular basis so you know where you stand. It's natural for goals to change. That's why you have to look them up and change them when necessary. Medium and long-term goals typically become short-term as time passes. As a result, if you have reached this point, you should reconsider your investment strategy. What's the point of putting all of your money in stocks, if we're being honest? If you have a year to work before retiring and do regular check-ins on your goals, you'll definitely have your portfolio in order because you'll be adjusting it as needed. Knowing your investment goals is always the first step toward achieving them. All you need to do is meticulously think through what your short-term goals, medium-term goals, and long-term goals look like, and then begin investing based on the time frame. Remember to keep track of how much you'll need to spend on each goal so you're never caught off guard. If you maintain proper discipline and stick to your investment plan, I believe you will be ready to embark on your journey. However, I cannot guarantee that it will be easy. The path will undoubtedly be rocky. But if you follow the steps I've laid out for you with a clear vision, you'll be an investing pro in no time. So, thank you very much for tuning in. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next.